YPA TV, discovering the genius.
Bakawa kada kasangwawo abakekufu mbutale wensi yonna bayita ba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuletera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoyo okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowanga enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zikilo 100 ozisanga mu YPA Farms ate gwa talina ttaka tolina budde ewamu ababbi babba n'ensiri oba wakoowa okwereega ne bannayiba jangu YPA kulundire oyagala kusomesa okukuguka embulunzi naawe weewandiise kati bakubire ku 0703 oba 0774 bakyalieko ku YPA Building Rubaga Road ne Nansana Naluvule ku stage nawayagala ettaka ery'okupangisa olundireko oba olimireko YPA y'ebimala school fees akutawanya wandiisa omwana wo leero embuzi zimuweerere mwebale kutwesiga okuva mu 2028. Bakawa kada kasangwawo abakekufu mbutale wensi yonna bayita ba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuletera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoyo okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowanga enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zikilo 100 ozisanga mu YPA Farms ate gwa talina ttaka tolina budde ewamu ababbi babba n'ensiri oba wakoowa okwereega ne bannayiba jangu YPA kulundire oyagala kusomesa okukuguka embulunzi naawe weewandiise kati bakubire ku 0703 oba 0774 bakyalieko ku YPA Building Rubaga Road ne Nansana Naluvule ku stage nawayagala ettaka ery'okupangisa olundireko oba olimireko YPA y'ebimala school fees akutawanya wandiisa omwana wo leero embuzi zimuweerere mwebale kutwesiga okuva mu 2028. Bakawa kada kasangwawo abakekufu mbutale wensi yonna bayita ba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuletera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoyo okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowanga enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zikilo 100.
YPA TV, discovering the genius in you.
Bakawa kada kasangwawo abakekufu mbutale wensi yonna bayita ba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuletera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoyo okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowanga enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zikilo 100 ozisanga mu YPA Farms ate gwa talina ttaka tolina budde ewamu ababbi babba n'ensiri oba wakoowa okwereega ne bannayiba jangu YPA kulundire oyagala kusomesa okukuguka embulunzi naawe weewandiise kati bakubire ku 0703 oba 0774 bakyalieko ku YPA Building Rubaga Road ne Nansana Naluvule ku stage nawayagala ettaka ery'okupangisa olundireko oba olimireko YPA y'ebimala school fees akutawanya wandiisa omwana wo leero embuzi zimuweerere mwebale kutwesiga okuva mu 2028. Bakawa kada kasangwawo abakekufu mbutale wensi yonna bayita
YPA TV, discovering the genius in you.
Oh, okay. Yes, YPA nga bulijjo amanya n'eddoboozi mpitibwa Nantume Rashida okuva mu Youth Platform Africa abalunzi b'embuzi. Neera ne leero ne kati ssaawa zino eno tubaleetedde okugenda. No, Amos.
YPA TV, discovering the genius in you. YPA TV, discovering the genius in you.
Kasangwawo abakeke fumbutale bwensi yonna bayita ba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuletera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoye okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowanga enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zikiro 100 ozisanga mu YPA Farms ate gwa talina ttaka tolina budde ewama ababbi babba n'ensiri oba wakoowa okwereega ne bannayiba jangu YPA kulundire oyagala kusomesa okukunguka embulunzi naawe weewandiise kati bakubire ku 0703000034 oba 0774335551 bakyalieko ku YPA Building Rubaga Road ne Nansana Naluvule ku stage.
Yes, nga bulijjo mwogerako ne Nantume Rashida okuva mu Youth Platform Africa abalonzi b'embuzi. Ne leero ne kati essaawa zineedo tuze nzize okubategeeza ku bigenda mu maaso mu Youth Platform Africa. Wali owuliddekoko okugenda okulambula embuzi zo go wenna eyagula embuzi mu YPA ayinayo embuzi mu YPA oba YPA beerundira. So tulinayo okulambula embuzi zaffe ennaku z'omwezi 15 kuno kwe kuli okusulayo ku luno tulina enjawulo ey'amaanyi nga tugenda kusulayo ebiro 2 birambirira tugenda kulambula embuzi zaffe. Embuzi zino olwaleero ze zigenda okutuzuukusa. Waliwo bulijjo abamu mutera okubeereyo nga enkoko ze zibazuukusa naye olwaleero embuzi ze zigenda obbazuukusa. Mugenda kujja ku Friday tugenda kuba ku ofiisi zaffe ez'erubaga ye main office yaffe kwe tusimbulira. Tusimbula essaawa emu yennyini. So ali eyo aliwa yonna ali ewakiso ali Nansana togenda kujja ku Nansana office yaffe wabula ogenda kuba ku office y'erubaga opposite Access Building. So yenna ali eyo jangu olambule naffe embuzi olabe embuzi eringa endiga olabe embuzi eringa horse oba wali owuliddeko ku mbuzi ennene jangu tulambule naawe olabe embuzi olabe ziri embuzi zimahe embuzi ennene ennaku z'omwezi 15 lugenda kuba lunaku lwa Friday. Olwo lunaku lwa Friday tugenda kumalayo ebiro 3 ennaku z'omwezi 15 16 17 nga tusula eyo nga tulyaki nga tulya muchomo n'omwami gwe bayita Obed Bell director wa Youth Platform Africa naye agenda kubeerayo. Weebuuze omubuuze buli kimu. Oyina embuzi ewaka oyina embuzi wa oyagala kumanya butya bw'osobola okulabirira embuzi zo oyagala kumanya butya bw'osobola okujjanjaba embuzi zo YPA weeri ng'ennaku z'omwezi 15 tugenda kubeerayo n'okulambula embuzi zaffe. Abaagala okumanya ebintu ebyenjawulo ku bulimi n'obulunzi banange mujje ng'ennaku z'omwezi 15 neera nziddamu ng'ennaku z'omwezi 15 guno omwezi gwennyini gwe tulimu. This is November, Black November. Tulinawo nezi offers bannange. Ogula embuzi 10 mu guno omwezi tukuwayo embuzi emu eya bwereere. Embuzi 10 tukuwayo embuzi emu ey'obwereere. Osobola okikolako olunaku lwennyini lwe tuba tuzze. Olwo lunaku ku Friday n'ojja n'akasenteko n'ogula embuzi n'ozirabako n'ogula embuzi n'olabako bw'ogamba njagala eno njagala eri njagala eno njagala eri nga embuzi ozirabako mukwano gwange gwe wenna ali eyo. Jangu ogula embuzi oveewo n'embuzi zo. Osobola okujja n'emmotoka yo bw'oba ng'olina emmotoka oba ng'olina vaani yo ng'oyagala kutwala mbuzi zo n'ojja n'ogula embuzi zo ne tukolera receipt abe tugenda nazo nange nze mwennyini kamwa koogera ngenda kubeerayo ngenda kuza omwezi 15 ngenda kusulayo ngenda kusula nammwe nga tulya mucho mu bannange mujje mu bungi ayina sister ayina brother ayina auntie bwe nina tubagamye ng'obudde bukyali muleme kwekwasa manyi bannayuganda mwekwasa naye ku luno tewali kwekwasa mukwano gwange ennaku z'omwezi 15 tugenda malayo ebiro 3 olwokutaano olwomukaaga ne ku sande tuveeyo ku sande ekiro so mujje tulambule embuzi tumanye tweyongereko okumanya mu bintu by'obulunzi oli eyo oyina embuzi tufuna waneene essimu nenkugamba kankwekoko ku mukama wange naye leero agenda kubeerayo eggomba maddu gye tulambula mukwano gwange gwe wenna ali eyo oyogereko naye omwami Obed Ben General Manager waffe agenda kubeerayo gwe bayita Mr. JB Magezi bagenda kubeerayo ffenna tugenda kubeerayo nga mwagala kumanya ku bintu by'obulumi n'obulunzi omuddo gugenda kubeerayo omuddo tuguyina mu bungi so bannaffe mujje mugule ebintu ebirungi embuzi ze mulabako embuzi zimahe walawuddeko ku mbuzi gye bayita mahe bane atanaba kuyingira YPM mukwano gwange simanyi kikyolinda simanyi just weetaaga emitwalo 10 gyokka okufuuka memba so mukwano gwange wenna ali eyo jangu olambule naffe embuzi zigenda kubeerayo tugenda kubeera ngenda kuza omwezi 15 tugenda kuba lunaku lwa Friday it's a weekend tewali kwekwasa nti oyina abaana oyina baki nedda mukwano so jangu abaana balekere maid oba balekere neighbor naye ng'ojje olambule embuzi jangu olambule embuzi olabe embuzi olabeko ne ku kyotwala olonde nti embuzi eno njagala eri embuzi ey'obuna kuba nazo tuzirina mu bungi wali olabeko ku mbuzi eri emitwe obukadde buna YPN egirina eringa ennyana naye gwe atanabayingira YPM mukwano gwange simanyi kyolinda taata wange maama wange sister wange mwenna muli mujje tugende tulambule embuzi ennaku z'omwezi 10 n'ezo 15 guno omwezi that is next week tugenda okulambula embuzi so bannaffe mujje tulambule embuzi mujje tulabe omuddo kwegaseko karahali no tuina kaliandra tuina alfalfa tuina mukuna tuina ebyo ebika by'omuddo banaye mujje tugule embuzi muve malala naye nga nze mpitibwa Nantume Rashida tuine office biri mu Kampala tuina ere Nansana Naluvule nga ku mafuta ga Prompeti abali ewakiso side za wakiso Nansana office weri temuyita wate mujje mutubuuzeeko n'oba ng'ozze buzino tubuuzaako ovaawo ko ng'okyusizaako ko ku bwongo ng'okyusiza ku timing okitegeera tulina ne office eri Lubaga Road nga ku nkulungo ya Kabaka so bannaffe temwerabira ekibadde kineso wano lwaliro kwogera ku lunaku olwo 15 that is Friday tugenda kusulayo ku Friday tusuleyo ku lwomukaaga tusuleyo ne ku Sunday ate ne kati embuzi yalinnye bannange atabuukinga nze simanyi kyoliko muganda wange simanyi kyoliko luli najja nga mbagamba ka discount akaaliwo abasobola okugula munnange baagula ku mbuzi 58 gyokka annababuukinga nga ku mbuzi ng'eri ku 65 bakifunamu naye kati embuzi eri ku 7,000 abamu mudde ne muwakana embuzi 7,000 biki ngula nnyana biki nedda mukwano this goat erimu ebyenjawulo bingi so osobola okubuukinga neera n'oddamu n'ogula embuzi ate egena va ku 7,000 edde ku 8,000 mu egyo without kugenda walala ng'ate era ojja gigula oyagala toyagala kuba kineeno ekintu kye tupaleetera kyanjawulo nnyo so bwe ayagala okulaba ku mbuzi 7,000 jangu naffe ennaku z'omwezi 10 n'ezo osuleyo naffe obeereyo naffe. Kale amanya n'eddoboozi era mbadde mpitibwa Nantume Rashida neyanziza akadde kammwe busiibe bulungi.
YPA TV, discovering the genius in you.
Kasangwawo abakenkufu mu butale bw'ensi yonna bayita aba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuletera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoye okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo. Embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowa ng'enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zi kilo 10 ozisanga mu YPA Farms. Ate gwa talina ttaka tolina budde ewama ababbi babba n'ensiri oba wakoowa okwereega ne bannayiba jangu YPA kulundire. Oyagala kusomesa okukunguka embulunzi naawe weewandiise kati bakubira ku 0703 000 034 oba 0774 313 bakyalieko ku YPA Building Rubaga Road ne Nansana Naluvule ku stage. Nawayagala ettaka ery'okupangisa olundireko oba olimireko YPA y'ebimala. School fees akutawanya wandiisa omwana wo leero embuzi zimuwe.
YPA TV, discovering the genius in you. YPA TV, discovering the genius in you.
Yes, today is a great day. It is a Monday, 1st of October. We are so grateful. We are trying to change the lives of the people of Kapelebyong and the whole of Iteso. In our bid to help at least 20,000 families, we have started today our journey in the east with Kapelebyong being an example, and today we had brought over 100 goats, but some groups have not showed up due to overwhelming rains, but at least some groups have taken the goats, and we are feeling so happy and so grateful that we are part of the lives that are changing. At least each group of 10 members is getting 20 members is getting 5 goats, and this is trying to help them do agribusiness. We are giving them, at least you can see this group, we are giving them 5 goats, and you can see the type of breed. These goats are not yet 6 months old, but you can see how heavy they are or how nice they look. So we are trying to give them the breed that they don't have, actually the best in the whole of Africa, at a time when they really need it more. We are so grateful, and here is my friend, the leader of the group. I'm so grateful for having mobilized all these people. So please, if may have maybe a word or two.
Oh, thank you very much, Managing Director Obed from YPA. My name is Fred Jackson Ochula. I'm the chairman of Kapelebyong Obalanga Achoa Multipurpose Cooperative Society. We signed an agreement on Tuesday this week with the YPA, where they are going to provide this improved goat, which is a cross, we've been told, between Kalahari, Bua, and Mubende goat, with a high twinning percentage. So for us, the people of Kapelebyong, we are very happy. We are cattle keepers and we are livestock keepers. We are going to keep these goats, and under the agreement, YPA is going to buy back these goats at 650,000, which is the market rate for these goats. So right now, we are really very happy because the first lot of goats are here, and we are going to multiply these goats. We have got the pastures which they have brought. We are also going to send 6 of our members to the Gomba farms that the YPA has, where the doctor is going to train our young people on how to keep these goats. So these goats are going to be very healthy, they are going to multiply, and we will be very happy that these goats will be available for the people of Kapelebyong. Sometimes we have got some value chain. For example, the people of Kapelebyong and Teso at large grew, they grew a crop called the chia. But when the crop was harvested, there was no one to buy the seeds. So this one, the beauty behind it is that YPA has committed in writing in an MOU which we have signed with them this week that they will come back and buy these goats. So we're going to just multiply the goats. When they are ready, we shall ask the YPA Youth Platform Africa to come and buy the goats. So that's the arrangement, and we are very, very happy. Thank you very much.
YPA. Brought by Outspan Day and Boarding Primary School.
Yes, bali mukulike mu Bulango tetubadde. Akati madde nkyabanyonyola ku mbuzi. Embuzi ya YPA temwerabira yenze Nantume Rashida okuva mu Youth Platform Africa abalunzi b'embuzi. Kati neera mbadde nzize bagamba ku bulungi obuli mu kulunda. Naye ng'ebisinga mu byonna mugenda bifunanga ennaku z'omwezi 10 n'ezo 15. Lugenda kuba lunaku lwa Friday, waliyo omuchomo. Teweralikirira ku lanchi, teweralikirira ku byakusula, ku biki byonna YPA Youth Platform Africa yabitegese dda. So mukwano gwange ali eyo agamba ayagala kulaba ku mbuzi ya YPA, ayagala kulaba ku mbuzi egw'amatu. Omanyi embuzi zonna ne bw'oba ng'olina mbuzi kinaye nga tegw'amatu, mukwano gwange tolina ky'olina, sikulimba. Ne bw'oba n'embuzi ng'egw'amatu, okutuka fenno ifo kafe kuzitowa kilo 2. So byonna bw'oba ng'oyagala kubiraba gwe jangu buzi ku YPA oba efaamu zaffe ziri Gomba. Kakati omwezi oguwedde twali tulinayo okulambula ettaka. That was real estate project. Twalambula ettaka we tugenda okuteeka factory yaffe ey'embuzi, era abaakiraba. So tugenda kugulawo factory ey'embuzi nga buli product yonna eva mu mbuzi. Ebisinga byonna tugenda bikolera. Tugenda kolerawo engatto, waliwo earrings, waliwo ebikomo, byonna bigenda kubeerayo. So abagenda naffe ndowooza mwabiraba real estate project. Then nekirala ku by'embuzi bineeno wabeerawo okulambula okwenjawulo. Era ne bw'oba nga weegendereza ku faamu zaffe abagenda ku faamu zaffe tulinawo faamu ez'enjawulo. Tetugenda ku faamu emu oba 2. Faamu zaffe ezisinga ez'embuzi ezisinga n'olwo ekigambo ekyo mumanyi we kitegeeza. Ezisinga kiba kitegeeza faamu teziri zokkazokka. Naye faamu ezisinga ziri Gomba Maddu. Era gye tugenda ogenda tugenda kulaba embuzi gye bayita embuzi egw'amatu, embuzi ezitowa kilo 18. And ng'ovudde ne ku ekyo tulinawo offers. This is Black November. Have you ever heard about Black November? Black November abasinga abalina products biki bakendezako ku discounts. Naye ffe bw'ogula embuzi 10, bw'ogula embuzi 10, bw'ogula embuzi meka tukongerako embuzi. Tutandikira ku mbuzi 10, bw'oba ng'oguze embuzi 10 tugenda kwongerako embuzi egyo emu. Embuzi emeka emu. Embuzi emu nga we nabagamba luli abataabuukinga ng'embuzi eri ku 65,000 bannange tubasaba mutusonyiwe. Kati ssaawa zino embuzi eri ku 7,000. So bw'oba ogula embuzi eno manya nti ky'ogula kyekyo kyennyini. Embuzi ezitowa kilo 18 wali ogirabyeko. Embuzi ezitowa kilo 18. Mane simayina kumanya atagenda kujja ng'ennaku z'omwezi 17. Tulina bingi ebyenjawulo. Bingi tugenda kumanya ku bulumi n'obulunzi. Oli ewaka olina embuzi zikutawaanya, embuzi tezirya, embuzi tezaala, embuzi buli weezaala olubuto luvaamu, embuzi tebagirinnyira, embuzi ginaayo tegirinnyira. Mukwano gwange wenna ali eyo. Jangu omanye ebisingawo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 15 YPA ye kamala byonna YPA yeyina buli kimu. So mukwano gwange wenna ali eyo ng'ennaku z'omwezi 15 ennaku z'omwezi 15 kino ekintu kyogedde nnyo njagala mujje mulabe ebyenjawulo ebiri mu njawulo kuba YPA mbuzi YPA kuva dda nadda ng'erunda mbuzi YPA emaze mu kinene ekintu myaka 17 tugenda celebrating emyaka gyaffe 17 era eri ekkololo gye twali era so gwe wenna ali eyo tumaze mu kinene ekintu myaka 17 oyagala kumanya ebisingawo ku YPA banange jangu ennaku z'omwezi 17 omanye omwami Obed Ben agenda kubeerayo omubuuzeeko how to start a business with goats n'obutandisa na mbuzi ejo ogenda kufuna bingi ebyenyeyo ogitutte ewaka bingi ebigenda okukyuka mukwano gwange gwe wenna ali eyo jangu otandike naffe jangu olime naffe togenda kudda mabega yaffe just bw'oba osazeewo kugula mbuzi ife tukulundire just okiwamu emyaka 3 gyokka togenda kudda mabega. So mukwano gwange gwe wenna ali eyo ali mu YPA already atanaba kwebinga mu YPA simanyi ky'olinda kuba tugenda kufunamu bingi ebyokuyiga. So mukwano gwange jangu tulambule embuzi jangu tulye embuzi jangu tulye omuchomo gw'embuzi. Si kulyako kawabula nsinga kwogera about agribusiness kitegeeza tugenda kuyiga ku bintu by'obulimi n'obulunzi. Jangu tulambule tuyige kuba okusinga ddala tugenda kweyongera ku mutwe gwaffe tugejeko ku bwongo nga tumanya ebiri mu Youth Platform Africa YPA byekola YPA ekola kinaki so ebyo jangu obimanye oyagala kumanya nga bw'ogenda okwegattana YPA otekamu mmeka ofuna mmeka ofuna otya ssente buli mwezi naye ng'olina embuzi ebyo jangu ng'ennaku z'omwezi 15 omanye ebisingawo. So amanya n'eddoboozi nsigadde nze Nantume Rashida ku Youth Platform Africa abalunzi b'embuzi nga ndi mu Goats Project neyanziza
bakawa kada kasangwawo abakenkufu mu butale bw'ensi yonna bayita aba YPA oba ab'embuzi bakuleetera ekitabangawo mu ggwanga okoye okulunda obubuzi obutakula oyagala kutandika faamu y'embuzi ey'olulyo embuzi ezikulira ku misinde gy'ekizungirizi ate nga zizitowanga enjovu zizino bazireese zizino zikiro 100 ozisanga mu YPA farms
But now when it came to the point of having 20 people, others were saying, now we have 10. What are we going to do? How about if we have 3, 5, something like that? I think it's a concern from the community, much as, yes, for us we have a different speed. Maybe there would be consideration of saying either groups can join, the 2 groups can join and get the 20, or we can accept the 10 from a particular group. Maybe there we can also get more people. Otherwise, other areas where people feel that it is important to note, they appreciate that YPA is a good company. And they request that we give them more trainings, we send them more people to train them. Our group may not be enough, but I think we need to have more people in the different districts, like my colleagues from the Eastern have elaborated, because we have leaders also whom we selected, and we gave them in our first meeting. When you check our file, you'll find those names there. They commend the transparency that YPA has, which has been so far exhibited. And they say the projections, because we came up with in our trainings, we came with the projections we look at maize, and then we say somebody who has a quarter acre. How do you benefit? And normally that's what people need. The moment you explain to them and you give them the paper and you show them how the projection is, they click very fast. And they say, hey. Like yesterday I was talking to some people and they said, I must join. Somebody is studying but is saying, I think I'm going to block this a bit, and then I give in something. There is also, so we need to use those projections, and we give them those papers if you allow us. The main office, but we may be near the people so that we can have an office whenever somebody is free, you can be there, and when those people come. Like, I think Central Region is the biggest. When you look at Masaka area, when you look at those people as far as Kalangala, you may look at Kalangala people as if they don't have money, but these are very rich people. You may find somebody lousy, but they get a lot from those palm oils. So we need to tap them. Look at nearest Ruengo. In fact, Ruengo should be within us. And he was one of our people who had selected, but now he's promoted to another level. Congratulations, Sebu. So those leaders are there. Our MD is that when you go and talk to people, there are some people who get excited. When they get excited, they want to pay, they want to do what? They say, do you have a receipt? Do you have this and that? Do you have some brochures so that we can see? I think it was one of our oversights that we would be picking some of these papers and we keep moving with them. So that when we move, if you find somebody, you have something to show, don't talk a lot. Yeah. We request also that maybe through your big pocket, you look at us and maybe on a monthly basis, since we have programs and plans, that there is a certain fee, if it is your acceptance, that we think of a fee which could be given to leaders here, so that that is what can facilitate them, because I've heard that there is a lot of pain, not only with us, but also with our friends. We can come up with a fee, and then maybe 300, maybe 200. And we see it as something very important that these meetings remain on a monthly basis. Because if we don't make them, we can relax from there and really we come up with all the information, which is not helping us, because what we need is information that is taking us forward. Yeah. Even if I tell you that we are in Mukono, we are in this, we are in that, that is now history. What are we to do next? So what we are to do next, our dear director, we came up with something. It could be a template that would be of help to the rest of our friends. That one which is in front of you. That when we are making our reports, we get the key outputs that we are going to work on. Then, what are the performance indicators? From the performance indicators, what are our targets? And for you, what are the means of verification that we have really done this? Like, for example, number one, strategic work plan developed. Do we have any strategic work plan developed? I'm not going to read everything, but this paper shows what performance indicators are going to be there. Do we have a target that by this month, for example, by 1st September, we are supposed to make this, and we made it? Then the strategic plan must be aligning with the YPA vision and the mission. And the means of verification would be approved targets, because we are going to work. But if that budget has not been, that plan has not been approved by the office here, it may be very difficult at the end of the day to fund it. That's what we observed. And for us, we agreed that we shall prepare activities aimed at 1, member mobilization and recruitment of individuals or groups. And at least, what are we saying? What is our target? 30 to 50 members may sound small, but when you have some other things to do and you have to move to meet people, we can meet. Because if he meets 10, also meets 10, and I also meet 10, we have made our region move. If we make it in one region, then we can move to another what? Another district like that. So we need to make periodic worker plans. What we have observed is that you can make a plan like this one behind. Mr. Director, you can look at that work plan behind, which is from September to December. That plan shows the districts we are supposed to meet: Mukono, Luengo, Luwero, Bamunanika, Mitiana, Mubende, and Wakiso. And they have been given dates and the contact people. But that one of, for example, Zigoti has been cancelled. It was cancelled because she went to request, and when she requested the officers there, because the district officials want to know which activities are taking place in their area, they said that playground had another activity. So they are telling us they are going to change. So when you see us changing, make some changes in this, it is not us that have wanted to change, but those people who are at the ground that we want to meet. And we would also request that during this sensitization period, when we are sensitizing community, it may not necessarily mean that we go to their areas, but we could request that through your office, you allow us some programs, either on YPA TV. If Madam Tamale comes and gets a chance of talking to people, you will have met very many people. It could be on radio programs. Siders can also come and talk, because we can also somehow convince. They might be, they might be used now to Mr. Sempija, Mr. Benny Ben. How about new faces? Because they may think it is for you alone, but this is our, yeah. So that is one which is there. We believe, and whoever must have cited my friend Kalunji, I want to give him as a testimony. I met him in Luwero. He just only talked briefly, and I was seeing he was really moving the audience. I said, that's why I had to put him on our committee. So now we are getting a gap. But I'm not worried about that. A few days back, we were together, and I could see him. Whoever will see that clip will automatically say, thank you. Thank you so much. But using my file here, I can say we did not come with them.
The one who are here.
Yeah, the ones who are here.
Yes.
I will have our director, and that is Madam, no, not Madam, Pastor Tamale Musumba, Tamale Mary. She is really leading us very well. Very, very well. By the way, we are not bad off in the Central. Because if we need a vehicle, she will just really say, I will talk to my son and everything will work. And we move. We have Mr. Bayo George, very active member, and he also has no problem with using his means of transport, and we normally move. Thank you so much for listening to us. Otherwise, we have also other people like one not here. We have Madam Ida Sanyu. Madam Sanyu Ida one time gave me a comment and said, I don't like to work with a group which doesn't move. If you're not going to move, for me, don't count me as a member. And I said, wow, You are really hitting me at the head. So we'll have some others who are going to join us. Mr. Enoka from Mukono. Next time we shall come along with them. Thank you.
Many regions that we are going to integrate, right? Because we might not get all directors for these regions as per the map of Uganda, but we are going to make sure that we join some regions. Like now you see West Nile is near Acholi. We can say West Nile, Acholi, Lango, that is maybe the northern, I don't know. You will advise. Oh, I see Karamoja, you know? So, yes?
Uganda has, we have the northern region, southern region, central region, and western. They have different districts. So,
Yes, you are right. You are right. But all those regions were again divided into different regions, into sub-regions. Yes.
Into sub-regions, allowing interregions.
Exactly. But we are going to see that's the major thing that we are looking up here. So that by the time you leave today, you know the districts that are in your region. All right? So we want to see all these sub-regions that we integrate them so that you know that this is my region. And these are the districts that are under my supervision. So thank you so very much. It's been wonderful. Because of time, yes, what's time? Because of time, allow me now to welcome Director, Western Region, to come and give her presentation.
In front of you, but with little to report. Remember, I started on a bad note with my governor behaving in a funny way, and since then, I became like an orphan. Mr. PRO, you said I was supposed to choose leaders under me, but remember, we didn't come in by ourselves. We were elected. Our governors were elected. So I waited for YPA to do the same for me. And unfortunately, the ones I had identified Claire Turiatunga, but she recently told me that she was registered in Central. Yet she's from West. So you are stealing people from West and putting them in West. No, I'm just talking, but that is the truth. Another one who was taken, who I had identified was Ronald Namanya, and he had accepted working with me. Even Claire had accepted, but Ronald was taken by YPA headquarters. That's what he told me. So I remained for Eastern Ronald. So I remained hanging like an orphan. And I expected YPA headquarters to help me identify those people to work with me. Up to now, I have not heard from them. And I never got that support. So I'm still hanging alone. And I expected YPA to start me off. Because you promised us to make groups to identify those people from the West. But when those groups were made, I was kept out of being an admin until about a week or two ago. That's when the group was opened for Western, for none, that's when I was made an admin. But all along, it was non-admins will not access the groups. So when I could not do any mobilization, and the Western region being very far, like most members have indicated, without your support, it becomes a challenge. It becomes a challenge. But the few people I have talked to, I use the telephone. Like in Kasese, people are willing to become members because Even in Kisoro, people are willing to become members, but they are landlocked. They don't have enough land. They cannot buy. They cannot keep animals within their land. And buying it from, like you, we are members here, they cannot afford. They say it is so expensive. Their fear is expensive. Much as people love animals, the Western people, Nabatunj, you know it, Nabatunj, they love animals, but they don't have enough land. Those who have enough land say the animals are enjoying, that YPA will scam us. It will soon be a scam. So we take time to explain, but when they hear the increase, a sudden increase, they say, you see, we told you. So they requested us to inform you, to request you to reduce on the speed. Another comment, people think the YPA is a state-motivated company. There is some state behind. So we really have a lot to do to sensitize the public about that. We are not state-motivated. We don't belong to the state, we belong to YPA. So my request is, I don't know the members of Western region. Maybe I request you, PRO, to identify those people. Even the ones on the group, you see numbers, you don't know who they are. Others don't use their real names. So it is hard to identify members to work with. I think that is all for me.
Okay.
Members have the final product. People cannot access the YPA TV because a lot of data to go to live on YouTube. I don't know why it's called YPA. Most people cannot access because now something I have never worked with. So we get the notice. By the time it opens, the data is gone. So
Peter picks a piece of pickled paper, but the piece of pickled paper, Peter picks people. So Peter picks a piece of pickled paper. No, it's okay.
Yeah, in the first place, my dear President, dear PRO, dear friends, colleagues, first of all, I thank God for being part of YPA. I don't know how it came about, but God is plan.
Amen.
Praise the Lord.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Yes. Actually, I thought of one particular idea. First of all, I was recruited by Unit Trust, Ruero. I was working with them in Ruengo. And I came to learn that YPA had stayed here for the last 18 years. I'm telling you, the last 18 years, something, Mr. President, must be done tremendously. You know, Jesus stayed for only 30, how many years?
33.
33, but active years. How many years? 3 years, active years. You know, after period of done in 3 years is remembered up to this minute. 2024, 25 years, isn't it? And why? YPA, we must categorically think of what project that promoted YPA up to this level, basically, that has produced these other projects. Number one. Number two, how does YPA become a mirror in each and every home in this country? That when you reach someone's home, there's a mirror. Sub-county, district, parish, someone's homestead. For instance, if you give me goats, differently, I take them to my home. Here on Saturday, my son, my daughter from Kampala Bank of Uganda comes home. Mommy, what happened? These are goats. From where? YPA. Hey, how did it come about? You know what you do? Just become a member. Sure. How much money is that? No, before think of the money, they do for you everything. Like ID, get passport photographs. You just go with your only national ID. Sure? Yes. Mommy, hey, just produce 3. 3 of them are there. No, mom, tell me where those people are. Next morning, people will come. 2. There is one question I request to pose, my dear President.
Just call me later. I'm in a meeting.
All of us here. I was asking my Koja here. Why are you a member of YPA?
Oh, Madam, sorry to call.
You as Madam Ruwama. I've known that name.
These people 50,000.
Why are you a member of YPA? You list down 10 reasons, convincing yourself that can really make you not lose YPA. If you are not convinced yourself, you cannot convince anyone. Why are you a member? If I told some, just give me 5 or 4, 10 today, say, I don't know why. Like this example, the project of maize growing. What example? The Western region.
Yes, give them
I've been to Kabale, Bichiga specifically. When you go to Bachiga, why I say Bachigas, I don't know, but Bachiga as a tribe. You know those people like growing, farming so much. Save when she comes to YPA. 1, saves time. You don't need to move to Kabale every Saturday. My injury, my you can't have Musa. You don't have to make that. 2, accidents also from here to Kabale. It's very much risky. 3, psychological healing. They're always there. No, that's what taking care. Because there's no problem of sunshine, no problem of work. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Just in honor of the late, there are many actually. Not only the father, but there are even some others, even those who passed on after the father. I was 1 to 1. So just before I welcome the MD, let us just stand up and we take a moment of silence for those people. Rest in peace. We can have our seats. So we have so very many things that are coming on board. I know MD is going to make mention of them. But 7th,
I make sure I go with some material, reading material. I exhaust a lot of them. You know, it is a 24 hours trip. Like, you're seated for 24 hours. When you're going, you use about 13, and coming back, you use another 13. That's about 26 hours. Huh? About the word gung-ho. That if you want your company to grow, actually, I think the Holy Spirit had told me we need leaders, but I had not gotten the exact context. Huh? You know, something is right, but you don't know how to do it. Huh? So I had not gotten the right context on how we are going to do our work, but I knew we had to be there. So here I read, and God revealed to me everything we needed to do. So gung-ho is when we are proud to be who we are. Gung-ho is when we are proud to be affiliated. Gung-ho is when we are proud to be brothers and sisters. Gung-ho is when we believe in the same ideology. Gung-ho is when we can die for what we believe. Gung-ho is when we have to fight not to lose one, but us all. Gung-ho is when we die for each other. Gung-ho is when we don't judge, but execute. Gung-ho is when we don't do the blame game, but win. Gung-ho is when, while others are talking about winners, we are focusing on win. I want to change this meeting from leadership assembly to gung-ho meeting. Let's confuse them. While we are talking about winners, you know, losers talk about winners and winners focus on winning. But winners are focusing on winning, while losers are talking about winners.
Okay.
You understand? So, what we just did, the moment of silence, is being gung-ho. It was so bad. Not that bad they died, because, I mean, if not them, who? Who do you want to die in place of them? You understand?
Yeah.
So death is never bad, but is something we have not yet gotten used to. But what is bad is that some of us missed being there in such a time. That is what is bad. Our gung-hoism should be there when we have issues. And one of the reasons we were not there is because we don't know who Tusubira is. Who is Harriet? Who is Harriet? I am trying to remember the picture, but I can't. You understand? I may know who Harriet is. I might have her number, but one of your members, the fellow gung-ho, don't know who Harriet is. You understand? Now, I want that to change with effective meetings at least every month. And we are doing the same thing we did last week. Same service, same style, same everything. Meeting the same people, and we don't get tired. I want to tell you, we don't have a funder. Because who can afford to make a wedding every Saturday? Every weekend, you have a wedding. But we eat like wedding, we are on a wedding party. We have meat, we have chicken, we have everything. Buffet. And it is us collecting the same money. Some people in the same church go an extra mile and feed the whole church for years. You understand? Every weekend they buy food for the what? And they don't get tired. And they never, their pockets get empty. So this is what I want us to do. I want to be those friends. I want you to feel the pride of me having your number and you having my what? You shouldn't just use the number when it is about YPA. You understand? There is some little knowledge I might have on something that you're going through. Probably, I too need cancellation. You think I'm not human being? Yeah. She came and told me, think about my daughter. You understand? I have a wife. She's one of the most heroic people I've seen. She has suffered a lot, but she has endured. She is a gung-ho, a true gung-ho. And people always say that behind every successful man there is a strong woman. Yes. But they quote it very wrongly. With, not behind, with every successful man. There is, besides, there is. Sometimes they front line. Because if someone forces you to eat, like a baby, visionary people are like people of demons. You can imagine, you go home at 1 and by 4 you're running. I realized you understand Luganda? Do you understand Luganda? You don't? Sorry. So there is a myth, superstition that says that those rich men and women have sacrificed some babies. And so when they go to sleep, those babies keep on hunting and crying. That's why they don't what? But personally, those people are right. Only that they say it in a wrong context. There is a muzimu talking to us. I don't know if it is a heavenly muzimu or is a demonic muzimu. Because I want to tell you, something tells you to leave the bed or you might die. You're sleeping and something is like, if you don't leave this bed in this very moment, something bad is about to happen. And if you want to know the most hard times for me and my wife, that is the morning time. In the morning time, I want one thing to leave. I want to leave. And she wants you to take some tea, then you eat, then wear, then she cleans the shoes. I'm like, if you did not clean the shoes yesterday, then I'm going to put on the way they are. Partly, why I'm putting on this suit, I don't want to waste those 5 minutes trying to remember what I put on yesterday. Yesterday I was in a gray suit. Now I should put on a red one. Then which tie matches here? You understand? I feel I'm so disturbed. What am I going to arrive at? Personally, I need counsels from you. Because at least you are the true gang-hoes. Precious is here. Probably she's here because I said she must be here. You understand? Precious, stand up. She's here. Probably I said she must be what? Yeah. But you're here because you love who you are. Sit. Probably with time, she will reach the level where you are. Are we together? But I don't think she, not in a bad way, but she needs time to mature to the level of spirit of gangholism. You are. Are we together? So the advice I get from you, using your different spans and diversity and diverse experiences, would help me so much. One, in structuring and moving YPA forward. But it is so unfortunate that we don't have that connection. You find I'm too far from you, and you are too far from me. I feel sometimes I want to send Mrs. Tamare, you know what, Mrs. Tamare? Go to this place. I feel I am overwhelmed, but I want you to go and represent me. Then I'm like, what if? You understand? So I'm like, what if I tell Mrs. Tamare and she says she also has a busy schedule? But probably if we are talking so often, I would know that these days, for example, I've never asked Tafande Nakalema to tell me her schedule. But I can predict her schedule. And I just walk into her office and I find her readily how I expect her. Simply because I often talk with, I know that by 8 a.m. you can't call her. She's still sleeping. You have to wait for at least earliest 11 a.m. So if you have your problem at 8, better die. She only picks the president. How do I know that? We do what? We talk. What does it mean? You are going to be busy. You can't remember me if you're not busy. Let's clap for, you know, there is what we call, I'm going to be a bit rough, but you are going to bear with me, please. There is what we call one-eyed man, among the what? So let's clap for a one-eyed man in our group. The Central Region are our one-eyed what? They have not done what we expected. out of them. None of us has done their level. As YPA, in the Gang Ho team, we have not done our part, but at least they have done their part despite of the challenges. They have tried. At least I've had more than 3 or 4 engagements since our last meeting. All together? Yes. They call me. We are in a meeting now. And something is now disturbing us. How do we do this? So in the motion or in the act of us talking, we end up knowing more of each other. So tufuna point kwe tutandikira okwogera. Then on that point we build a relationship. You might not think about me for your immediate problem, simply because I'm not your immediate friend. And same way here. Now imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 people. 10 people. But now I'm dying. I have to run and go here. Then after, I run and go here. Then after, I run and go where? Who the hell I am? Am I from a different planet? Do I have 72 hours in a day? I'm going to die. I'm going to wear out. Probably, you still need me. Probably, thousands of people still. So if we don't preserve my mental health, I use my head so much, and remember the head is within the body. So my head is infinite, but my body isn't. You understand? So if I'm overworked, I'm going to start losing imperfection. I'm going to start losing perfection rather. I'm going to start losing timeliness. I'm a person of time, but I'm starting now to lose track of time because I have 10 people in a row and I have to serve them. And I'm a person who cannot starve people. Waze no ninda nembera. You understand? So, challenge number 1. Some of you have been talking about the challenge of us going and we don't call you. Remember, I said Gang Ho, don't blame. Gang Ho, act. Gang Ho, win. All together. You don't expect me to call you. I have a driver. But if the car is at my home, Wanji, the only time I will call him is when he has slept with my car. You understand? If my car is in my parking, I have the keys. Then the driver is not here, is not in the car. I'll just drive and go. All together. So, you regional directors, it is you who are supposed to organize the meetings. All together. All together. Yes. It means you're distant from the plans. Because there is nowhere I'm going and there is no at least an advert or a message or something mentioning about where we are going. So if you're following up, you should know where we are doing what. At least if we are not going to tell you that we are going here, you should have teams, you should have a connection with teams to know where you are doing what. It's already going to be very hard and it's probably impossible for me to call Edith and tell you, know what, today I'm going to Northern Uganda. Because I might not remember. All together. Just a minute. I might not remember to tell my friend here that now I'm going to the east. All together. Because even myself is just reminded. You have not gotten it. I am reminded that you're going here. Eh? Me, if you check my notebook, I don't have my schedule. Not even on my phone. I don't have my what? Because I don't prepare for meetings. Even when I'm meeting the president, I don't prepare, I don't write that key points are these. Because the several times I've tried to write, I don't follow the script. You understand? So God has given me that talent that I can do a speech successfully, hint all the points, and finalize. And I don't regret after getting out that there are some points I forgotten. But second, so that is me. So I don't have that time to think of what I'm going to do next. It has to be my PA to remind me that now you're going where? Now, after my PA reminding me, then I might not know that, hey, this is Central Region. We are supposed to go with Madame Damare. Have you called her? It is her, it is the team that organizes. You understand?